Hello everybody, this is Catholic Dad, episode number 454, Mommy Porn. I want to talk today about the fallen nature of man and woman yet again, and how it manifests differently in certain addictions that people have. And so, let's go back to the Garden of Eden, okay? Now, Adam and Eve are there in the Garden of Eden, and they have everything, and they don't need anything else. Problem is, temptation comes into the garden via the serpent, and he goes to Eve because she's more emotionally driven. And he tells her that she can eat from the tree of knowledge, even though God told Adam that they shouldn't eat from the tree of knowledge. And so Eve had a decision to make at this point in time. Either they listen to God or she listens to what she wants, okay? And so she decided to eat the apple. That's the way the story goes. And from there on, she became the idol of herself, right? She started worshiping her own ego. What I want is what I get. That's what Eve said. Now she went to Adam with the apple, the tree of knowledge, and he has direct commandment from God not to eat from the tree of knowledge. She said, I ate the apple, now you eat the apple. And he had a choice to make, and he said either he's going to follow God or he's going to listen to the woman. And so he actually listened to the woman. So at that point in time, from that moment on, the man made woman the idol. And so the woman makes her own ego the idol, and the man makes the woman the idol. And this is why we have such disordered relationships. This is why marriage is hard. This is why sitcoms are funny. That man and woman try to get through this earth with their fallen nature, not doing what God wants us to do. So because of these fallen natures, we have these passions, and these passions are supposed to be controlled and directed toward the good in marriage. That's the way it works. That's the conjugal act of marriage, and that's supposed to be where all your energies of concupiscence are directed. The problem is we're fallen and we're living in exile, and so the world's a messy place. So the man makes a false idol of the woman. He like worships her, and so therefore his lower inclinations and his desires go toward pornography of the woman. That's what he does. So he goes and looks at lots of pictures of beautiful women. That's what the man's mind is directed to do. The woman, she doesn't have that same inclination. She goes to the mommy porn, not the daddy porn. The mommy porn is the ideology of self, and so this is called social media people. She goes to the social media and she gets addicted to it, just like guys can become addicted to pornography. Women can become addicted to social media. And so what she does is she puts herself out there looking for affirmation of self, right? So a stroking of the ego. Oh, you're so good. Oh, you go through so much hardship and everything else. And her desires, her womanly desires of ego idolization are fulfilled through social media. And so these are both problems, by the way, but the problem is we realize one is wrong, right? Pornography, everybody says, is wrong. There's not a single person out there that has any kind of moral, spiritual basis that doesn't recognize the evils of pornography. You shouldn't do it, and I don't advocate for it. But the problem is social media, like, we don't say it's wrong. We think it has good purposes, and maybe it does. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, if you have the inclination for idolization of self and ego stroking, that tends to be concentrated in womankind, then you really need to be careful. And this addiction is could become as bad as the pornography addiction, and it could be destructive toward marriages and relationships. It could also be destructive to your mothering ability. A lot of women spend a lot of time on social media, way more than they do taking care of their own children. Because it becomes addictive, right? Their mind just keeps going for more and more. Have to see my clicks, have to see my comments, have to see this and or that. So my Catholic Dad's advice to anybody that has this inclination is get off of social media. Get off of it altogether. Like I would tell a man, get off of pornography. You shouldn't be doing this crap. Funny part is, like, so I don't have social media anymore. And I don't even have the proclivity towards, like, seeing people like me or what like, I don't need the affirmation of self. I just don't, that doesn't tick in my brain like that. But I got off of it too, just because it's a big ass waste of time. It's awful. And so there's so many better things we could be doing with our life and instead of social media. And so guys, just realize that you shouldn't be doing the things that waste time and also take you away from your spouse. because realize the pornography thing with the guys, that takes you away from her. And it's a false expectation, all the other stuff. It's not the real world, right? You could look at 100 beautiful women in like 30 minutes or whatever it is, and then you go to your wife and you're like, meh, right? And then the woman could talk to 100 people that stroke her ego like her husband never does, right? Tells her how beautiful and wonderful and strong and powerful and smart and intelligent, and how, you know, how she's been victimized and all the other stuff. And then she doesn't want to look at her husband either. So these two things addict your mind, okay? They addict your mind, and they actually remove the marital union. So get off the damn internet if that's the thing that's bugging you. And guys, stay away from that stuff. You shouldn't be looking at it all. But women, you really got to do a lot of prayer and meditation on this, because the problem is there is some positivity that is in social media. Like you can actually build a little business or have a Facebook marketplace. But if you use it for purposes of stroking the ego or idolization of self, that's a really hard question to answer, and it takes a deep prayer life. So all the mommies out there, if you listen to this, and all the husbands too, by the way, because you are the spiritual protector of your wife, right? So you have to think about it too. Is my wife overdoing this stuff? Like, is it to the detriment and the common good of the family? Because, by the way, men, you're the leader of the family, right? But only for the common good of the family. You're not the tyrant. So you got to see what people are doing in the family, whether it's destroying the common good of the thing that you have domain over, and you have to do it for the common good, not because you want her off the computer more, right? And so you got to pray about this stuff. Anyway, this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like and subscribe, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary, and do share with your friends. God bless you all.